Good morning, Martin.
How are we all feeling?
Absolutely fantastic.
Wonderful. Yourself, Kirsty? Oh, we can't hear you again, Kirsty. I don't know what's going on there.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Okay, I'm good. I'm really good. What about you?
Yeah, I'm glad to hear. I'm tremendous. Thank you. Maya, how are you?
Hi, I'm awesome. I just got in from sitting at the park reading a book, so I'm trying to get my shoes off and get my slippers on, but I am great.
Good work. Love it. What book were you reading?
Actually, I just got it. It's called, I was reading the first chapter because I want to start tomorrow, but it's called Mirror Work.
Oh, good one.
And then I was reading this one, the beginning, to see what it was about too. Just one thing. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mirror Work is the one I'm going to start working.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So basically, what is it? The mirror of what we're seeing on the outside of from other people? Is that the kind of topic it's around?
It seems like it's more. So it's 21 days to heal your life. So the first day, like tomorrow, is loving yourself. So in the mirror, I'm supposed to say, I'm supposed to say, I want to like you. I want to really learn to love you. Let's go for it and really have some fun. And then I'm learning to really like you. I'm learning to really love you. So that's what this part is. And then I'm willing to learn to love you, Maya. I'm willing to learn to love you. So that's the first day. So that's what I'm supposed to do. And then there's, I think, an exercise with it too. But yeah, I'm super excited.
That's cool. That's cool. That would be very confrontational for a lot of people.
Right. Yeah. So they say the first days are kind of like, not really sure. And then you, of course, flow into it and, it gets a little bit better. But yeah.
Good work. Thanks for sharing.
I was actually fortunate that I met Louise Hay a couple of times and with Wayne Dyer. And
that is awesome.
They came to Australia quite a few times. And I still have the gift that she gave me, as she was a beautiful person. The first time I heard of her, I felt like throwing her stuff away. She said, we're totally responsible for where we're at in our life. And I didn't understand. I do today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I remember being at a friend of mine runs retreats and seminars around Australia. And I remember one of the guys who actually first introduced me to masterminding, but more in person, he came along and he was going through quite a bit of stuff. And she said, she basically said that everything that happens is actually, you have to take ownership for it. So it's not your fault, but you have to take ownership for it. So he came and said, well, if someone hits me, I'm driving along and someone hits me in a car, then it's not my fault, it's their fault. And she said, well, you have to go back to, you chose to get in the car and go that way. Therefore, you put yourself in that situation to be hit. And it's hard for us to accept that because we've allowed conditioning to happen between right and wrong. Well, they're in the wrong, I'm in the right. But it's that thing of, well, every part of that journey we made a decision, and whatever the outcome was that. But what happens if that bang there of just a bit of a dent on your car and you pull over has stopped you from a massive accident further ahead? Like something else, like the universe is always working in its own mysterious ways. So yeah, it was interesting hearing the way she explained it, and he was not having a bar of it. He was like, no way, it's their fault. And it's like, you're not getting the message. Yeah, it's really good when we're not ready to hear it. Hey, Cheryl.
Hi.
Okay, cool.
Morning, Cheryl.
Morning. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I had to update my Zoom on my phone. I'm using my phone today for a wee change, so I'm a bit more mobile.
That's all good. Everything's perfect. So what we'll do, I'm just getting this organized. So we'll go through the numbers. Seeing as how we've got a small group, that's we'll be able to get in a bit deeper, which is always good. And then hopefully we'll have plenty of time for going over, we will have plenty of time for going over some other stuff as well. So I'm just updating on this Zoom thing here so we can get this into the group as well. A few more. Everything's just a bit slow at my end. I don't know if anybody else has been having problems, but everything's a bit slow for me. So, right. Let's get that in there. Okay, so numbers. I'm going to give you all the number. Ricky, you'll be number 1, out the blocks early. So then Kirsty, number 2. Maya, number 3. I always have to go number 4 because it's my lucky number, but then we'll save Cheryl till last, number 5. So, just mute that. Get that there. Cool, great. So what I'm going to do now is going to bring up this presentation. We'll have a short introduction around accountability, which is what our focus topic is today, and then we'll get into more around all the mastermind side of it. So let me just share my screen. Here we go. Just give me a thumbs up when you can see that. Yeah, great, fantastic, thank you. So welcome to the Your Desired Success Foundation Mastermind. As always, we are paying it forward with the golden rule: do unto others as you would have done unto you. So when we look at the power of the mastermind, especially around the principles, Napoleon Hill, founder of Napoleon Hill Foundation, as well as everything else that he did in regards to the books, The Think and Grow Rich is probably his most well-known book around the world. But he did other books, and one of the big ones that we're actually doing as part of the Gold Star accountability tasks is all around Outwitting the Devil, a very powerful book. But when Napoleon was talking around the principles of a mastermind, he actually said, it is the principle through which you may borrow and use the education, the experience, the influence, and perhaps the capital of other people in carrying out your own plans in life. It is the principle through which you can accomplish in 1 year more than you could accomplish without it in a lifetime if you depended entirely on your own efforts. We've got Albert just coming in there, so just be away. Okay, so we've all got our numbers, and I'm not sure if Albert's in, but we'll just check shortly. So we're going to cover the mastermind principles, the mission statement together. We're then going to have the members share, and we're going to go into depth around the mastermind topic, which will take us to the hour mark, and then we'll cover a little bit around Noble Goldman and why really we've come here today and what's driving us and the power of Noble Goldman as well as a community. So Albert, just give me a yell if you're there. Let me know. I think you're muted. Are you there, Albert? I can't hear you. So what we'll do is we'll just keep to the 5 numbers, and if Albert can speak, then we'll include Albert as well. So Ricky, if you'd like to kick us off.
The purpose of the mastermind is to learn leadership, build teams, and create multiple sources of income together.
We are here to inspire and challenge each other to reach and exceed goals.
Each member is committed to their own success as well as the success of every member of the group.
We are committed to meeting in person or virtually for 1 hour every week.
We are present. There is no multitasking or distractions during meetings.
We are collaborative. We listen without interrupting, lecturing, or judging.
We celebrate each other's success without jealousy.
We are honest and participate by giving thoughtful feedback.
We are open and listen to different perspectives without being offensive or offering excuses.
We trust fellow members enough to share fully.
We are focused, but we also think it's important to have fun during the meetings.
We are real and authentic. This is a no BS zone.
We allow ourselves to become completely aligned with each other and the high forces: one mind, one soul, one love.
Noble Goldman International is a conscious, aware, and engaged global community of abundance and freedom creators.
Our mission is to create 1 million millionaires who are free from the time for money paradigm. We focus on creating multiple streams of income through masterminding, team building, and the effective utilization of the internet-based platforms.
The mastermind becomes an opportunity for self-mastery, where the self-transcendent shift from the me to the we to the us occurs. As congruence and engagement increases, the world's consciousness is then raised one meaningful and inspired relationship at a time.
Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. I really love the way we start with this. It's bringing everybody on the call together and just setting that foundation. So from a point of timekeeping, that's all good. I've got my stopwatch already set. Gold Star, just one takeaway from the Gold Star call. Ricky, I believe you were on that last night.
Yep. I suppose the one big takeaway I would say was there's a couple, but I'll choose this one. There is no risk, only opportunity. There is no risk, only opportunity. So stop seeing the risk in things, see the opportunity in whatever it is you're surrounded by.
Yeah, wow. Powerful. Love it. Great share. Thank you, buddy. And we'll get into the members' shares. So we'll stay to the numbers. Albert, if you can come on, you'd be number 6 after Cheryl. So you're going to share your name, where you're calling in from, and then one goal that you want to be kept accountable for before the next call next week. So a week from now, what one goal are you going to be kept accountable for? Remember, this isn't about your business unless your goal is related to your business. It's about you as a person. So, Ricky, if you want to start us off, buddy.
Sure. So Ricky Smith, based in Perth, Australia. You moved the screen. What was the second bit?
Where you're calling in from, one goal that you want to be kept accountable for.
Oh yeah, so Ricky Smith, Perth, Australia. So I got the second bit right. That's fine. I just said you moved it. Yeah, one goal I want to be held accountable for. There's a lot of stuff going on in Noble Goldman right now, so I guess the one goal is really keeping up with as much as I possibly can, which means engaging in a few of the calls each week, because otherwise if you miss a call or 2 or 3, then it's quite easy to fall behind. Not that you can't catch up, but yeah, I just want to keep ahead of the game.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Okay, Kirsty here. Kirsty Chapman from the Sunshine Coast, just outside of Noosa. My one goal that I want to be held accountable for, I guess at this point in time, I'm prioritising really the 90-day challenge. There is so much happening, so much that I want to learn about Noble Goldman. There's the meetings, there's just so much good stuff. And I just want more than 24 hours in a day. And but I have to slow down to speed up, and I've got to get my foundations right. And I am getting into the practice of doing the 90-day challenge stuff every day, which is a good thing. Yep, that's me.
Beautiful.
Okay, so I'm Maya. Hello. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. The goal I want to be held accountable for is to do my mirror work for the next 21 days. So I guess for the next 7 until we get together again. I want to make sure I do it every day.
Yeah, great share. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Martin Ball from Perth, Western Australia. So my one goal for this week is to get on top of the foundation for me connecting with the different people that I'm attracting within my business. So network marketers, coaches, really make sure I'm communicating authentically into them to help them see the value of aligning with me and how I can help them as well as they can help me. So that's my goal this week.
So me, I'm Cheryl Vanderdale, originally from Scotland, but now in Perth, Western Australia. At the moment, my goal, it's school holidays here, so I've got 2 children at home instead of just the one. So I guess my goal for the next 2 weeks is just being able to juggle the calls and the masterminds and also business side of things, as well as trying to keep the kids alive without strangling them. Because we're only on day 3, I think now, and yeah, stress is high, but so I can balance both the kids and also try and keep up with what's going on in Noble Goldman and obviously the mastermind calls as well.
Yeah, good. Albert's just come back in. Just let us know if you can speak there, Albert. We can hear you.
Yeah, I had no sound before.
There we go. We've got you, buddy. Awesome. So straight into it, what's your one accountability goal you want to be kept for the week? Oh, you disappeared. Okay, well, we'll move on to the next bit, and then hopefully you can speak during the masterminding, and we'll go through that. So I'll reshare my screen, and just give me once again a thumbs up when you can see it. Can you see my screen, Kirsty?
Mm.
Yeah, thanks. I can only sometimes see one person at a time, so. Okay, connecting with your accountability. So Bob knows best. Accountability is the glue that ties commitment to the result. So we often talk about you've got to be committed to achieve your goals. Well, accountability is the glue that ties commitment to the result. So why it's important, it helps create ownership. So you're stepping forward now. You're really taking ownership of yourself. It creates self-discipline as well. So you're going to have a structure. It's going to elevate your posture. And you just think about whenever you go somewhere, or whether it be on a Zoom call or whatever, what's the posture of the person walking into the room, the person presenting the business, the person who's facilitating the mastermind and other members on the calls? What's the posture like from those people? When they're clear on where they're going and they know the accountability tasks that they need to be implementing each day, then it elevates your posture. Better time management as well. So when we mentioned it before around getting more time, needing more time, well, maybe if we can be structuring ourselves better, then we can be getting, we can make better use of our time. Achieve desires and goals as well. When we're making sure we're accountable, we're going to be moving forward constantly. Therefore, we're going to be achieving our goals and our desires. Helps towards self-mastery, which is a journey that we're all on. We're all evolving every single day, growing, becoming more, which is extremely powerful and enjoyable. Even in the times of pain, it brings out the biggest growth as well. So when we look around the truths about accountability, actions, the leader sets the pace and creates the culture. Okay, so the leader sets the pace and creates the culture. So we're not talking about a dictator here. We're talking about a leader, somebody who is doing the work, who's going and showing up, is a true mentor, really, because the difference between a mentor and a dictator really is the mentor's out there doing it like the same as the leader. So be consciously aware of what actions you're taking, the accountability towards yourself, because that's going to inspire others to follow you, to join you, to align with you, and to move forward. Ownership, take ownership for everything. Every result is because of your action. We mentioned about this right at the start of the call. Every result is because of your action. One of the calls that I was listening to, an audio I was listening to, I believe it was Darren Hardy interviewing some super successful leader in an industry, and he said that the people who don't take ownership for even other people's actions in their organization and in any level of communication are the people who will never, ever grow and lead a team and achieve the success that they desire. So take ownership, big one to work through as well, that one. Opportunity to create change or to run away with the weak. So when we look at the opportunity that we all have, then are we going to create the change? Are we going to grow? Are we going to do the work to evolve ourselves? Or are we going to run away with it and hang out with the people who are choosing to remain in a place of comfort, remain small? And that's perfectly fine if that's where they want to be. But we all have the power of choice. And I don't believe anybody on this call is wanting to remain in a place of comfort and a place and state of weakness. So togetherness, everyone is accountable to win together. You think about a football team, for instance, real football now, not AFL or anything like that. We're talking about real football, where the goalkeeper has a job there to stop the other team scoring the goal. And then you've got the defence, also part of the structure to prevent. That's the foundation. You've then got the midfield who help with the defence but also help with the attacking. You've then got the attackers who are there to put the ball in the back of the net to score, to win the game. So together, every single player has his or her own place in that team. So together we are accountable to win, to help us all succeed. Accepted, it can't be delegated for fear of failure. We have to accept that every single part of what we need to do to achieve success is to be accepted with us And don't delegate it because we're not confident about it. There is power in delegation, but there's also power in understanding what somebody else is going to be doing when it's being delegated. This goes back to the leader and the dictator. I don't tell anybody, personally, I don't tell anybody to go and do something that I wouldn't do myself or I haven't done myself. If you've watched the Michael Jordan documentary, and if you haven't, I encourage you to do so because it really is an eye-opener for this area in particular. Solution. There is always a way to fix a challenge with a team. This is the power of what we come together to mastermind today. More minds help create more solutions. There's always a solution when we come together and work together. So value others as well. Supporting each other creates success for us all. Learning to actually see where we can help each other, irrelevant of if there's a financial benefit, irrelevant of if there's a business growth. We are connected beings. Let's get out there, let's support each other and help each other. And you never know, that helping hand could be the thing that just changes somebody's life, and you've been the person who helped them move forward. What a gift, what a blessing. Punctual, respect your time and other people's time. So being on time, not only for other people, but respecting yourself as well. So making sure that when you say you're going to be there, you're going to be there. You show up. You actually are living by your words and what you set for yourself around that accountability. And then one of my favorites, if not the favorite, the golden rule: do unto others as you would have done unto you. So a simple way for us all to live. You know, if we wouldn't like to be treated in a certain way, if we would like to be treated in a certain way, are we behaving in that manner? Are we learning from the things that we do when we realize that isn't probably the best decision I've ever made? Are we learning from it? Are we doing our best to make sure that we don't do it again? And we certainly don't do it to somebody else. So John knows best in this case. Accountability separates the wishes in life from the action takers that care enough about the future to account for their daily actions. So accountability separates the wishes in life from the action takers that care enough about their future to account for their daily actions. So a really powerful statement there from John. So let's just mastermind around connecting with your accountability. That was obviously just a quick level of expansion in regards to around that area. But what's coming up for you guys in regards to anything that we went through then? Is accountability something that you are very stern on in your life, or is there areas you feel you can improve on? Are you structured towards your goals? Lots of questions flowing from me, but what is coming up for any of you? And please remember, as always, this is not the Martin Ball Show. This is our call together as a group. So go for it. Who's going to go first?
I just think it's Kirsty here. I just think accountability is the key to everything, really. I mean, with your business life, your personal life, your professional life, you need to be held, you need to be accountable. If you're going to say you're going to do something, do it. You know, it's a no BS zone.
I love that, no BS zone. And with that, Kirsty, do you feel that you are more driven to stay aligned with your accountability when you say it to somebody else than you are to when you say it to yourself?
I think both count, and I think that's a very good point that you've raised there, because you can't just be accountable to the other person. You've got to be accountable to yourself. To me, it has to come from within. It all starts from being accountable to yourself. And if you are, I think then, you know, halfway there to being accountable to other people also.
Yeah, I think personally I'm probably more accountable to others than I am to myself, and that's a shift that needs to definitely change. Learning curve, definitely, and it's the more and more that things like accountability are brought up in their mastermind chats, that it becomes more evident that I've definitely been more accountable to others and more reliable to others than I am actually to myself and the things that I need to do.
What areas, Cheryl, there do you feel that are highlighted in regards to where you're going, okay, well, I'm more accountable for others than I am for myself? What are examples of that for you?
Probably just if I say I'm going to do something for someone, or I'm going to be somewhere at a certain time, then I'll do it. But I guess when it comes to prioritizing myself over others, or putting business ahead of other things, yeah, I'm way down the pecking order, if you like. So yeah, that needs to change, and there needs to be a better balance. And certainly having someone to keep me accountable to myself is helpful.
And what and just, I'm not picking on you now. I'm just really curious, you know, more especially as a young mum and wife. Why do you say around you being down the pecking order?
Again, comes to prioritizing and I guess a bit of self-worth, because I probably put my children and others around me before myself. Yeah, it's massively down to things like that. So yeah, that's something I'm working on personal development wise. So yeah, hopefully you'll see a change in that soon.
Could I just say something? I think it's beautiful what you said there, Cheryl, because like I'm much older than you, but perhaps much older than your dad even. And, you know, like I had 2 young children, and one day I woke up and I didn't know who I was. I'd forgotten about me. I'd looked after the husband, I'd looked after the children, I'd looked after the friends, I looked after everyone. I had the clothes I left school in, you know, and I didn't know who Kirsty was. And it took me a long time to find me, but then I lost me, but then I'm back again. So what the heck?
And I suppose that's a good thing, that you can always find yourself again. And I'm glad that I'm realising it now, not before it's too late, because it's never too late. But I'm glad I'm realising it now whilst I'm young enough to embrace it. And yeah, that's certainly what I'm going to do from here on in.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Cheryl. And it's I love the fact that you took ownership around the self-worth, which is possibly the biggest area for everybody to address. And you brought it up, which is just, it lit me up inside when you said it, for that realization of where you're at right now. And the fact that I mentioned this on another call, the growth you've had has been phenomenal. Already. So when you look and you say, you know, how I'm going to evolve, how I'm going to change, how I'm going to grow, you're growing every time I see you, every call, which is only a week apart, and just think that's 52 times we potentially see each other on a call. And each one of those 52, you're growing, you're becoming more, and you're actually adding more value, who you truly are, to us all, which is just an absolute blessing and an honor to be a part of.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Albert, are you with us? Have you got your...
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Is there anything coming up for you around the accountability or what you do?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of on the same line as her there. I seem to put others before myself, and that's something that needs to change.
And how do you feel when you do put others before yourself?
Well, good. Well, sometimes it's times in your lifetime that, you know, when you have children and stuff, you do tend to put them first. And well, mine are all grown up and gone now, so now it's time for me.
Yeah, good. And when you said you need to do it, is that because you want to feel more to yourself, or is it just like, now's time for me?
Well, I guess a little bit of both. I just need to move on with what I'm doing. Like I've been working in building construction for many years, and I'm just looking at things like this to find a way to break out of that somewhat.
Yeah, good. So from a point of accountability then, is this part of your accountability to grow and get around different people and hear different opinions and beliefs and so on?
I would think so, yes. I've looked into like I've been part of a few different groups over time, and this one seems to click with me a little bit more than some of the others did.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for sharing, buddy.
Martin, can I contribute?
You've been unmuted for a while, mate. I know you've been waiting to come in.
Just listening. I think accountability, to be accountable, you've got to first and foremost decide, and again, this is just my opinion, you've got to decide what it is you want in your life. And a lot of people are still unclear as to what they want their life to look like. They're just kind of sailing along, or they're flying through life, and they haven't taken time out to say, right, okay, slow down a bit, as Kirsty mentioned a wee while ago, slow down a bit and really make a decision that, okay, what is this all about? What are we doing here, and what do we really, really want out of our life? And I think once you take that time, and it's a moving target, something, because it changes. But once you take a wee bit more time to decide what it is you want and why you want it and how important it is to you, then you can start allocating time to the things that need to be done. Because accountability, it can't be all one thing or all another. Everybody's got to get, and Shella touched on it, that balance in their life. And most people are out of balance because there's that many things to be dealing with, whether it's your family, whether it's your job, your business, your health, relationships, financial, whatever it is. You know, there's a million things to try and balance, and most of us are out of kilter. So you've got to try and figure these things out and then say, right, I'm going to allocate time, fair amounts of time, not too much time over here and no time over there, because that's you out of balance again. And then I'm going to be as disciplined as I can be, because these things are important. I've decided these things are important, so therefore I need to have some disciplines around those things. Otherwise, I'm kidding myself on. And make sure within limits, there's got to be some flexibility, but make sure that these things do get done. And then that's where the accountability, I think, more or less looks after itself, because you've got clarity at that point what it is you really want, and you've been disciplined enough to set time aside to do all these things, and you've understood the balance of making sure that all these things get a bit of your time. And then I think you will become a bit more accountable for your actions. So it's a big topic. Accountability is a massive topic. And there's a whole lot of things that feed into that: balance, time, discipline, decisions, purpose, a whole bunch of things that feed into it. And they've all got to be right. They've all got to be right.
Yeah, great share there, Ricky, and 100% aligned with you with what you said there. When we look at the accountability related to what Ricky said there, and bring it into more of a thing that everybody can understand, the accountability expectation of a GPS is that we put in the destination, and then the GPS is accountable to give us the right directions to that goal, that destination, that vision. So I just realized as Ricky was talking then, I've got, this is my whiteboard. So I came back from a spin session this morning straight into this call. So I've not updated yet, but I've straight away, the first thing I'm greeted with when I come into my office is this board. And it's got the 3 big rocks. So what are the 3 big important things that I've got to get done? Now, when you think about this, every time I step into my office, I'm stepping into my vision. I'm stepping into where I'm going, my goals. And to get there, I've got to be doing accountable tasks to achieve that. They've got to be specific tasks each day to help me get there. So this was 3, and then I added another 2 because I felt like I could really do a bit more. And sometimes the big rocks might actually only be small tasks, but they are the most important to help us move forward. Does that make sense? It doesn't always have to be this huge thing you've got to create. Even with what you said earlier on, Maya, around, going to the mirror and saying, Maya, you're the greatest version of yourself right now, and I love you for who you truly are. That in itself is a very small, simple thing to do, but with an incredible amount of value and growth to self, which then overflows into everybody else. Do we see where I'm going with the tasks? So what I found was that I wrote that these are the 3, and I didn't end up writing them over here, but I also did all these on top, because every single task that's on that board is accountable to helping me achieve the goals that I've got and the vision. It's helping me move forward every single day. So a question that was asked in the Facebook group was from Steve. Hi, Martin, do you have strategies to hold others accountable without it feeling like a personal attack? Which is an incredible question, and certainly one when you think about it. We all want to see other people succeed. Those of us who are, and I say this as conscious entrepreneurs, okay, we all want to see each other succeed, irrelevant of what we're doing. And the thing is that we can only be a really good accountability buddy to somebody else or a leader in a team when we are clear on what the other person wants to achieve and what she or he is committed to achieving and has clearly planned it out in regards to what she or he is going to do to achieve that. So for instance, when I used to work in the fitness industry, I would naturally be working with people and they go, right, this is the goal. I want to achieve this in this time frame. And we go through it all and go, right, well, for you to achieve this, this is the plan. This is the 4 week of workout that you're going to do. This is your nutritional plan. This is your rest pattern and so on and all these different things. Now, and we go through, why do you want to achieve that? Why is it important to you? What is going to be driving you every single day? Because it's not the look of the body as such. There's often a reason, and it could be a wedding, a holiday, it could be a photo shoot, it could be getting on stage as a bodybuilder, a fitness model, whatever it is. There's always an end result as to why. So what's going to drive you to that? So when somebody says to me that, in particular in this case, because it was asked to me, and you guys, you're more than welcome to share your thoughts around this. When somebody says to me, I want to achieve this, this is what I'm going, oh good, Cheryl, thanks for being on. This is what, I want to achieve this, so will you help me? Absolutely. This is it all planned out for you to help you get the success that you desire. But then when you're not showing up and doing that, I don't have to say, why the hell aren't you doing it? You told me you wanted to do this. I just go straight back and go, how important to you is it that you get to this state of health? How important to you by this state? How important to you is it that you do get on stage looking the best version of yourself, or getting married in the dress, looking the way you do for your photographs? So I start going back to what they shared with me to help them remember and reconnect with which is called the why. So there's no right or wrong, but I can't help somebody unless I know how I can help them, is the way that I go about it. I know that the value we've got for being on the masterminds is incredible. The messages I get privately, the takeaways that get shared, the people who are talking about the value of being on the mastermind. Yet there's many people who say, oh yeah, well, I want to achieve more. I want to have more success. I want to have more money. I want to have better relationships. Well, what are you doing to achieve that? Are you getting uncomfortable to become comfortable to then continue to grow? And that's where it's constantly going back to, well, if I'm clear on your goals and where you want to be, then I can hold you accountable along the journey from a place of compassion for you. But if I don't know, I'm telling you what you should or shouldn't be doing based on what I want you to succeed in, not what you want to succeed in. Does that make sense?
It does. What I would say about accountability in general, I wholeheartedly believe in accountability partners. I don't believe in them for short periods of time. I believe in them for lifetimes. And that's not, to say that I can't or, you can't hold yourself accountable. I just feel like having someone else that you have had that conversation with, that you sat down with, however you met them, and have that conversation. This is what I want to be held accountable for. This is the goal I'm going for. This is what I expect to do. This is what I expect from you. I feel like that is very, very powerful. Being accountable to yourself is going to be definitely something you want to do as well. But I feel like if you have somebody that you really can go to that's going to be there for you, that understands where you're going, what you're doing, and knows how to keep you on task and keep you looking towards your goal when things aren't looking, great in your environment, I feel like a lifelong partner like that is just blessed. I don't know, blissful to have somebody like that. But I wholeheartedly believe in accountability partners. Absolutely.
Yeah, beautiful share there, Maya. And that it's that conversation, isn't it, between each other and saying, this is what I want you to keep me accountable for. What do you want me to keep you accountable for? And therefore, we're both clear. And when you look at a business coach will go through and say, okay, so we've done that. This is the next stage then. Okay, so we've gone through this section. You're clear now. Okay, so when we get back together, whenever the next meeting is, you will have completed this, will you? Yes, I will, because that's helping us get on to, if you don't complete that, we've got to go back and we've got to do this again. Therefore, we're stalling.
Right.
And I've recently been coaching a guy, and it's great because he's an action taker. So we went through some stuff, we got clear on a lot of stuff, then I gave him some accountability tasks, and he did them, and then it was the next section. Right, now we can move on to this, but if you don't do them, we've got to go back and stay. And I'm respectfully, I don't want to be having the same conversation with you. Irrelevant of whether you're paying me or not, I don't want to have the same conversation with you when you're telling me that you want to succeed this. So and that then creates accountability where, in this case, he looks and goes, I don't want Martin to feel like he's wasting his time. So now he's bringing me into how he feels about it, because I've been clear on the accountability to him that I expect. And therefore, we're constantly moving and growing, and I'm getting as much value as he is from our time together.
Absolutely. Yeah, because you can talk yourself out of things very easily. It's very easy to say, no, I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe later. Very, very easy to do that. When someone else with their own mind is telling you there's something you need to do or holding you accountable, it's a lot different.
What's coming up for anyone else? I'm just going to dive to the toilet, so I need somebody to speak.
I'll speak, Martin. Yeah, it's so you're so right, Maya. And you got to be willing to kind of go public with it as well. I mean, I've just finished recently, well, maybe a few weeks ago, and there's been a thing going around where we're doing sort of 25 press-ups for 25 days to raise awareness for PTSD and mental health disorders and so on and so forth. And of course, part of that was not just doing 25 press-ups, but actually doing them in video, and doing a video on your phone and posting it, and then nominating someone else to do 25 press-ups for 25 days. And so there was a level of accountability, because when you got nominated and you accepted it, you say, right, okay, one, I've got to make time for it. Two, can I do press-ups? Or am I going to make myself look silly here? But more importantly, not just do them and do them every single day, and there was 1 or 2 days I missed, but when on the days that I missed, I doubled up the next day. So, but we did them for the 25 days. But you had to post the video, and that was the accountability because the video was there, and so you've got to make a decision, and you've really got to be clear in your mind when you're making that decision. Like Kirsty's doing the 90-day Noble Goldman accountability plan. I know the commitment that takes to do that. It's a big commitment, no doubts about it. I don't care what anybody says. It's a huge commitment, because it's not just filling in the form for the sake of filling in a form, and then taking a quick picture and putting it up there. You got to do the stuff that the form actually says. You know, you're doing the, you know, if you've got a business, are you doing the prospecting calls? Are you doing the reaching out to people? Are you doing the connections on social media? Are you, you know, are you doing the personal development? Are you really doing it, or are you just ticking a box to say you're doing it and it looks good because you've got to take a picture of it and post it? You know, and so all these things are a big commitment, and I think before you make that commitment, you got to decide in your own self: are you really ready? Are you really ready to do what you're about to do? And if for any reason you're kind of not, then maybe you should just say, step back a wee bit and say, it's not giving up or anything like that. It's just that for whatever reason, time, mindset, whatever, maybe now is just not the time. Now, you'll never get the perfect time. I don't think you ever get the perfect time for anything, right?
Right.
And you've got to make a start sometime, whatever it is that you're determined to do. But if you're going to do it, you've got to be consistent. It's got to be consistent. Like Martin and I have talked about exercise and stuff, and Martin in his heyday was in phenomenal shape. I mean, absolutely phenomenal shape. And I know what that man must have put in over years to not only get in that shape, but to stay in that shape. And that's accountability, that's discipline, that's all rolled into one, you know. So you've got to make that decision. Is this thing, whatever this thing is it really, really, really important to me? In which case, it's going to become a massive part of my life, and I'm committed to it, and I'm going to do it no matter what anybody thinks, no matter what anybody else says. I'm doing it for this reason, and that reason is a huge reason to you as an individual, without any shadow of a doubt.
Ricky, if I could just add to that a little bit, that with the accountability must come flexibility. It's just so important. Like a couple of days ago, my husband said, we need to go to Brisbane from Noosa. We need to go and have a look at doors for our barn and all these building things, you know. And I had scheduled in that I wanted to do my 90-day stuff. You know, I had all this stuff that I wanted to do. Well, that was fine. I sat in the passenger side of the car. I was able to meditate looking at the clouds. I was able to write a list of affirmations. And, you know, this morning we've got guests coming from Harvey Bay that I've just found out. So I got up an hour earlier, you know, to do different stuff that I had to do. It's about having that flexibility, about not being too rigid and being accountable at the same time.
Totally agree,
Kirsty. Procrastination. That's what it is. I haven't mastered procrastination yet. I'm still kind of in the procrastination side of it. But yeah.
Yeah, but Maya, we've all got that. I mean, every single one of us have got that. And you're right, Kirsty. Got to be flexibility. I mean, things crop up, and you'll just get days where, for whatever reason, the thing that you really are committed to doing, and it might just be that you're having just a bad day, but you've also got to be not be too hard on yourself. If the thing that you set out to do that day, because it's a consistent thing, you just couldn't do it or didn't feel like doing it. So I totally agree with you, Kirsty. I mean, I aim to go to the gym every day, but there's some days when I get in there, I'm halfway somewhere else, you know. And one of the personal trainers up there, he said, "God, you spend a lot of time looking at the TV screens when you're in here." I said, "I'm just getting motivation. I'm just getting motivation." But at least you're there. That's the thing. Sometimes you could be in the space and you're just having a great day and you're just on it. You're all over it. And then there's other days, and I'm not saying one's right and one's wrong, but there's other days you could go in that space and your head's all over the place. You're somewhere else. But at least you made the effort and you're there. So at least it's something and it's a habit. And it's, just on the topic that we're talking about, it's forming the right habits, I guess, you know. And we've all got bad habits, let's be honest about it. And procrastination is one of them. But we just got to work our way towards trying to lose some of the bad ones and gain more of the good ones. You know, it takes time. It takes time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's some really good things coming up. I mean, Ricky, that's one hell of an expensive TV license, watching the TV in the gym.
No, it's not true actually, because it's not true. See, they've got that many bloody TV screens. It's almost impossible. Actually, I was in there the other day, and I went right into the corner of the gym. It was just a big black wall with a mural on it. I thought, maybe this is the place I should train. There's no distractions. There's no mirrors. There's nothing. It's just two corners of a wall, and just find that almost like training in a prison cell. You know, you've got an 8x4. There's nothing else to look at. All you can do is train. You know, so yeah, too many distractions. So, well, speaking of distractions, that's a whole new topic. But God, I'm so easily distracted. I think a lot of us are these days. It's so difficult to stay focused because there's everything going on around you with the social media and things and TV. I know you don't have TV, man, but yeah, it's keeping focus, which again is an accountability thing as well. Not easy, but we're all a work in progress. Every single one of us.
Absolutely, and that. I've found that even when I reflect back to the training element of it, what was important. I mean, that was a 12-week program I did. I wanted to see where I could really. I've been training for years, and the thing is when you're in that space, you often don't see what you truly, the shape that you're truly in, because you're always looking at other people and going, oh, well, he's got bigger arms than me, he's got better abs than me, he's got bigger legs than me, whatever it is. And it's a constant striving. And you often don't even see what you've created and where you're at. And I actually happened to see an old picture of me. And at the time, I did not believe that I had a six-pack. I didn't believe that I was as big as I was. And I saw this picture a few years later and was like, whoa, I didn't even see that when I looked in the mirror. Because I wasn't where I was back then. I had actually just stopped training and stuff. So then I was able to see it. So sometimes you can be too much in it and not see it. That's the thing of when they say, are you working in your business or on your business? There is a difference. So one of the things that when I did that 12-week program, what was important about it was the accountability was set every single day. I knew every single day that I woke up what foods I needed to be eating that was already ready, what exercise I needed to be doing that day. So I literally woke up and just took action and did what I needed to do. But the second that the meals weren't ready, they weren't already prepared in the fridge or in the freezer, then it's like, oh, hang on a minute, I can't be bothered cooking. I'll just go off and I'll have a pizza or whatever. And it's that thing of, well, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that because I love a pizza. I don't even know anybody who doesn't like pizza. But it's that thing of, because I had set the goal, because I had then created the plan, because everything was already ready, structured, so I knew the day before I was preparing like 3 meals for 3 days worth of meals or whatever it was. I was always ready. And that's why, like I said earlier on, Jim Rohn says, don't start the day until you finish the day. Don't start the week until you finish the week. So the planning phase is what helps achieve the goals, the accountability. So when Ricky said they're around easily distracted, I found over the years that I've been, whether it be in fitness or business or just in everyday life, I'm distracted when I'm not clear on where I'm going and what I need to be doing on a daily basis. That's when I get distracted. And that's when procrastination kicks in, because there's something else that's popping up and, that's maybe something I don't really want to do at the moment. So what's happening on Facebook? Who do I need to respond to? It's like, you don't need to respond to anybody. You don't need to go onto Facebook. You need to get this task done because it's going to help you get to your goal. Kirsty.
This is where the mastermind comes in for me, the mastermind groups and the accountability. Like our task was to look at the first chapter of Outwitting the Devil, Noble Goldman. So I made a point of doing that and taking notes and stuff like that, because I know you're going to ask us. That question's going to come up. And it just really helps the journey of accountability. The whole mastermind group, there's a group of people out there who give a damn whether I did it or I didn't do it. They're interested. It's not that they give a damn, but they're interested. They're going to ask me and they're going to value my answer. I love that accountability that comes through the mastermind.
That's a really powerful point there, Kirsty, that it goes back to your teammates in the team. We know if the goalkeeper rocks up and he's hungover, he's not going to have the best game. I mean, I used to play Sunday league football, and we often rocked up hungover, and some of our best games were when we were hungover, but and being sick at the side of the pitch. But the point being is that we want your value. Everyone that's on the call right now, we're all learning, we're growing, we're having this conversation. Those who are choosing to be on the Facebook Live, we're in the group. That's the energy and the value that's being, the questions that get asked, the things that come up, because every single moment, it's not about anybody being any better than anybody else. It's that, wow, that thing that was shared today from Maya, even the book, the start of the book, Maya, that's like, wow, that's really powerful. And especially when we look at Masaru Emoto's work around the effects of communication, the frequency. And then our bodies are made up of over 70% water, but when you get into the cellular level, it's over 90%. Then we start looking at how are we communicating with ourselves, which then is affecting the frequency, the whole energetic state of our own bodies by actually saying, oh, you're fat, you're ugly, you're worthless, you said you're going to do this, you're a waste of space. And then listening to other people's opinions and carrying them as well, instead of, like I say, just starting the day and finishing the day with 30 seconds of love to self, changes the whole state of us as a human being. And therefore that accountability for self-love and self-growth and who we are and how we're showing up and the value we're providing, the overflow for every single person who's around us on a Zoom call, no matter where we are in the world, is experienced, and we all grow together. Absolutely stunning and beautiful. And if that's all that somebody takes is, wow, I would like to get that book. What a gift for you choosing to do it for yourself and sharing that others have become aware of it. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, self-talk is powerful. And even with Ricky saying, I get easily distracted, even saying that, you're bringing more energy to it, that you are going to be easily distracted. That's something that's going to keep happening to you because you keep reaffirming it. So yeah, the self-talk is very, what you're saying in your head, your talk with yourself, how you feel about yourself, what you're actually saying, what you're talking to other people about is very, very, very powerful, because all that's going to attract to you is what you're saying you don't have or what you're saying you're missing. It's just going to bring more of that to you. So yeah, definitely. I got it today, right at Barnes & Noble. I walked in, I was like, hey, I'm going to buy a book today. I saw that one and the other one. And yeah, it was pretty much it.
Yeah, so good. So good. Thank you for sharing that. So we've come to the hour mark, guys. So I'm just going to give a quick walkthrough around Noble Goldman, why we actually use it as well as the foundation of all of our masterminds, really, and what it's created. Because I believe that anybody who just give me a thumbs up if you can see that as well. Great, thank you. I believe that anybody who values themselves as being a conscious entrepreneur, so somebody who's wanting to go out there, make a difference in the lives of themselves, their family members, other people that they meet on a daily basis, I truly believe that there's incredible value by being a member of Noble Goldman on a great scale. So when we look at Noble Goldman, a lot of people automatically make an assumption that it sounds like it's an insurance company, a lawyer firm, and it certainly isn't. Let's break down what noble actually means. It's having or showing fine personal qualities or high moral principles, and Goldman is a person who is looked upon as a role model. So when we now look at that, as in the breakdown of it, we're already the intention set for the platform is actually that the people in it are showing fine personal qualities and high moral principles, as well as looked upon as role models. Well, just think around the power of being around these people, and I'm sure that you fit into this category as well. So that's where it really sets the foundation so strongly. And then we move on to the golden rule of do unto others as you would have done unto you. So when we look at the foundation of that, we have such a strong foundation of connection, supporting each other, us all winning together. Now, when we look at some of the other members as what they've experienced, when I asked them what the value is from them being a member, it's like we are able to leverage the education and training from successful leaders. We are building a team independent of any product, business or service so that the relationship lasts for life. This is a big one here because a lot of people who are in businesses and the companies, whether it be network marketing or traditional businesses, they actually, a lot of it's all around the product, the business, and just selling and getting the results and the figures. This is all around relationships that last for life. So we're creating our own authentic brand, which helps people connect with who we truly are. And Noble Goldman is a values-driven community rather than just seeing people as a number to recruit. So values-driven community. That's the power of being a part. So when we look at the 6 human needs, certainty comes up at first. Safety, stability, security. Well, we also understand that every single day we're going to be challenged in some way, shape, or form. And that brings excitement and difference as well as adventure. That also aligns with variety, the surprise, the challenges, the excitement, as I mentioned, the difference. But understanding that there's going to be chaos in there, because for us to have a flat ocean, there has to be waves that have taken place earlier on. Everything, the oceans are always changing, life's always changing and evolving. It's the law of polarity. We then look into significance, the meaning, feeling special, pride, needed and wanted. We want to feel significant, and we want to be significant in other people's lives as well as our own. And that sense of importance and worthy of love, we want to feel that. Then we've got the connection, the communication, feeling unified, the approval of others and attachment, not from a place of needing it as such, but from a place of valuing that approval. The intimate and loved by other human beings as well, because as I mentioned before, we are connected beings. We then got growth, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual development. So a lot of people in society tend to avoid this stuff because of how they feel, but the people who are wanting to actually experience that level of growth are willing to dive into this and learn and go, okay, well, why is this coming up for me? Why am I feeling this way? It's all part of the growth. And then contribution, because naturally, whatever we learn, we want to share that with other people, help other people move forward faster without having to go through the struggles necessarily that we went through, but knowing that they will go through their own struggles and challenges in life, and protecting as well as serving other people. So when I was looking at Noble Goldman as a whole and what I've been feeling and experiencing in the whole of the platform, it's the people for me. Number one is all around the people, being surrounded by like-minded, conscious entrepreneurs, whether they be already in business, traditional network marketing, affiliate marketing, online businesses, doesn't matter, as well as even employees who value their self-growth, doing the work, investing in themselves in time and in money. I just love being around and learning from other people. That also brings then the challenge of Noble Goldman. So we mentioned earlier around the 90-day success program. That's challenging us every day to make sure that we're doing the basic things that every single person in the world who we class as successful is doing in teaching, because success does leave clues. So being stimulated through the excitement, going out there and experiencing a better life. The opportunity, being free to achieve based on our own efforts for economic growth. So not necessarily money here, but being prepared for whatever's happening in the world, growing ourselves to make sure that we are ready for anything that happens, especially when you think about what happened this year in 2020 around COVID. The growth, becoming somebody more than you were. Okay, becoming somebody more than you were. Every single day, every single hour, minute of every day, we have the ability to grow. Those who choose to show up and do the work, challenge themselves, are the people who are becoming more and therefore adding more value around the world. We've also got the money. Now, some people are triggered by money, but at the end of the day, it is right up there with oxygen. We do need it. It helps us live the life. It helps us have the phones, the computers, do the things that we want to do and experience traveling around the world and so on. It's of value to us, and being able to leverage the MSIs in Noble Goldman helps create a financial security to protect ourselves and our family members and to pass on to generations as well. So when we look at leveraging the Noble Goldman system, as it breaks system down here, what it stands for is save yourself time, energy, and money. The most valuable, precious commodity that we've got is time. Every single moment it's going and we've lost it. So what are we doing in that time that we've got? So systems save time and create more freedom for entrepreneurs. If you learn to leverage systems in order to create better results, you may teach them to your network and multiply your impact. You are now leveraging proven systems rather than just your own efforts to grow your business and multiply income streams. So a powerful message here around the power of a system. And 3 qualities of the best systems in the world are simple to learn, simple to use, which creates simple success. Learn, use, succeed. There has to be action taken right in the middle to get the success that we desire. So when you look at the people that are being helped, well, especially around Gen Y, they don't want to work a job for 40 years. In fact, a lot of these companies aren't around anymore that have been lasting for 40 odd years. Companies don't, it's constantly evolving. They want to be free. They want to have a Wi-Fi connection, a laptop, a phone, travel around the world and experience life in its truest form. There's parents as well who want to have those better times with their family, experience all of those valuable moments as their children are growing up, as well as that connection to each other as parents to maintain that relationship. You've got coaches and mentors who bring in so much knowledge and value, but also can learn from each other and learn from the other people in the community to help each other grow. Network marketers, these people, I'm in network marketing and I've been in network marketing for over 8 years. These people love to go out there, share the value of the products, the companies, but one of the biggest challenges in network marketers is building teams that duplicate and helping more and more people. Well, we help them achieve that through the simple strategies with Noble Goldman. And then you've got traditional business owners, and there are many more examples of people who benefit. So when we look at the 2 types of membership, which is free, everybody can come in for free, that's perfectly fine. And then there's the Gold Star membership, which both provide an abundance of value. So what I want you to do is imagine that line right through the middle of the screen is a corridor. And off the corridor are rooms. And at any given time, you can go into the room that you desire. So the first room that we've got is the abundance alignment tool. Now, we discussed on the call quite a lot around self-worth, taking care of ourselves, filling our own cup, not putting others first as such, making sure that we've got that love and energy to support others. So the abundance alignment tool helps you connect with your goals, your affirmations, your visualization, everything that you need to help you achieve and succeed, as well as the ability to track it and log it into the system, which is a very powerful tool to use to make sure you are remaining accountable, which is all about today's topic. The gratitude journal, so experiencing and sharing your gratitude for whatever you're going through today. In particular, sharing that, you can do it privately, or you can actually share it within the community so it actually comes up on a feed to empower others and encourage others to share their gratitude as well. We've got educational videos from the likes of Bob Proctor and the founder as well, Mark Santos, helping us shift through some things and expand our mind. These are all part of the free section. In room 4 here, we've got the 4 Your Desired Success Foundation Masterminds, which are here to help every single person get clear on a foundation level to help them move forward. We cover core values, worthy goals, daily habits, and today, accountability. We found that these 4 are the key to the foundation of helping everybody get clear on where they're going and how to make sure they are remaining accountable each day to succeed. So learn and grow through the free membership masterminds, and then you can grow towards your desired success by becoming a gold star, what we just spoke about earlier on around a higher level of accountability and far more value. So as we move into room 5 here, this now gives you an affiliate link. And what that affiliate link helps you do is share Noble Goldman with other people so that they can come through and you can introduce them. And if they choose to join in the Gold Star membership, which is only $200 for the year, it's actually peanuts to be a member. It's $4 a week. You're going to get 50% commission of that back. Mark Santos, the founder, is going to give you $100 back as a thank you. It's super powerful, but you're able to share and give people the benefit of joining and experiencing all this value. So then we've got the Gold Star Elite Mastermind. So this is actually where we get into deeper stuff. We really get into accountability on a deeper level. We master around people's lives, businesses, whatever's coming up for them, whatever challenges they've got. We work together to support each other on a deeper level, as well as giving opportunities to open new doors to help us move forward. We've got the 90-day success program, which was discussed. This is now helping you become structured in your day through the NG strategically designed plan. Now, what this is helping you do is create habits of success. This helps you get into a routine of understanding the importance of achieving your goals and that level of accountability, because how we feel when we're achieving things is what dictates what we're going to do next and encourage us to actually take better actions. Noble Goldman Prospecting System. This is actually where you're able to communicate with people who are basically what we call qualified leads. There's tens of thousands of them in the Facebook groups that are waiting to join those groups that have been created by Noble Goldman that you can connect with, have conversations with these people and introduce them to Noble Goldman to help build your team. Remember, you want a strong team around you, like every single team out there in the world that is successful in particular. Leadership Circle, you're able to become part of the leadership. Think of this as the Knights Round Table, where you're going to be able to dive into some deep stuff, and we're helping you in other ways as well as direct access to Mark Santos, the founder, and bringing in your value and what you can do to help Noble Goldman grow, which means we're all growing together. Then we start getting into some really deep education and training, which also provides another level of income stream for you. Now, this is your one-stop shop educational training platform to help you learn, grow, save money and time, as well as earn. Cash flow is built by the community members. What I mean by this is every single member has the ability to put her or his value into cash flow from a point of education. It could be around bookkeeping, personal training, leadership, growing your business. It could be anything. And you're able to put in that level of value, and all the other members are able to leverage that. Now, this is actually pays back a 75% over 3 tiers commission back to you as membership. So it's very, very great way, a very, very good way of earning additional, but also more importantly, helping other people learn and grow, as well as yourself from all of that value. We then look into the multiple streams of income or multiple sources of income. Bob Proctor talks a lot around this. When we think of the likes of Richard Branson, over 400 companies, that's 400 checks approximately that he gets put into his bank account every month. I'm sure you would love to have that, but the point being is that he isn't doing all 400 businesses. He's just going out there and doing what he does best, which is connecting with people, big smile on his face, enjoying life. He's created that. And this is what we all have here. So this is through affiliate programs such as the likes of ClickFunnels, as well as Noble Goldman, MLM companies as well. So they are all different businesses. You don't have to be a part of any of them if you don't want to, but you can create an income stream without even having to do anything within them. You don't have to learn about products. You don't have to do home parties or anything like that. It doesn't work like that. Very powerful system there. And MSI upload. So if you've got a program, maybe you're a coach, you've got your own program that people can benefit from, that people buy, it can be uploaded into the system, maybe even a network marketing company, direct sales company, anything that has an opportunity to create an affiliate model within Noble Goldman that is adding value to the members as an income stream as well as quality, that can be plugged into the system so everybody benefits together. So as you'll notice when you look at all of the rooms off the corridor, 90%, if not 95%, are basically all around you, your growth, the value, the person you're becoming. The last couple are all around helping you earn income as well. So powerful system no matter where you're at. So there is so much more value within the membership. Once again, membership's free. For those people who are action takers, who want to experience the true value, get out there, help other people experience it. Gold Star, $200, super, super cheap. As you can see here, it's US, $60 a quarter, or $200 for the whole year. $4 per week. Our next Gold Star Mastermind actually starts in 13 minutes time. So what we do is we're going to be diving into some more. One of the accountability tasks at the moment is we're going through the audio of that's been posted into the Your Desired Success group, which is all around Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. So as I wrap this up now, there's a few more members that were willing to share what their experience was. The Pay It Forward system, which I haven't even touched on. The Pay It Forward system allows us to grow our team easier and faster than ever before, whilst also creating duplication within our teams. Support, 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 all result in us becoming better versions of ourselves. The masterminds provide access to powerful minds from all over the world, and we are taught the importance of multiple sources of income to protect ourselves and our family through times of recession. Just think of how many people unfortunately lost their job, their income, or certainly had it reduced with what happened in 2020. So there's a lot of uncertainty, but we are taught the importance of multiple sources of income to protect ourselves and our family through times of recession. So basically, if you're not already a member, I really encourage you to go and jump in there, get in touch with the person who invited you to the call, the group, and yeah, get their key, come and join as a member. And as always, share your 3 big takeaways. There's a post that's posted in the Your Desired Success group. Post your 3 big takeaways in there. Let's help other people see the value. Let's see and understand what you got from the call, because your value is going to help other people learn more as well. So that's a basic overview around Noble Goldman. Is there anything coming up for anybody that they want to just touch on for the last 5 minutes before we have to run? No? All good? In the chat here, we've got all helpful. Thanks to all on the call. Great to see everybody else that's jumped on as well. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Hi, everyone. Fantastic. So, the me, the we, the us, and accountability, absolutely. So thank you all for your time. Really appreciate you jumping on, who jumped on the live Zoom call, your interaction, your energy, your value. I really do appreciate it. It was absolutely fantastic. Thoroughly enjoyed the time with you all today. And for everyone who jumped on the Facebook Live in the group as well, who wanted to experience what the value is that we shared. So remember your accountability tasks that you shared there. And just to show you that I do take notes, we've got Ricky engaging more of the NG calls. Kirsty is to prioritize the 90-day success challenge. Maya, 21-day mirror challenge. Myself, get clear on my communication to the different industries I will speak to. Unfortunately, Albert, we didn't get yours. Cheryl was juggle the children on the holidays whilst being on the NG calls. If you want to quickly share, Albert, you can share your accountability goal before we wrap it up. If not,
I'm not really sure what to say about that.
any goal you want to be kept accountable for the week, buddy. Anything you want to get done is fine.
Well, I want to make sure I can get in on these calls, because this is only the second one I've been able to connect with, and I was late getting on because of computer issues. So I guess that's one thing I want to be accountable for is and to learn more about what we're doing here. Yeah,
cool, awesome. We'll get it locked in your diary, buddy, and we look forward to seeing you next week at this time. All good, everybody. We'll go and have yourselves a tremendous day wherever you are in the world, and we'll catch up with you next week. Bye for now.
Cheers, man. Great call, buddy.